Hello and welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to learn some great phrasal verbs, so let's get started. Example, the baby is teething. Let's talk about the verb teethe. Compared with the noun teeth, one tooth, more than one teeth, the th makes a sound with no voice, like in thank you and think. Again, teeth. These are my teeth. But teethe is a verb, and the th makes the voice sound, like in father and mother, teethe. So I can say the baby is teething. That's the continuous form. The baby is teething. What does that mean? That means the baby's teeth are coming in or coming out. Well, we use the first one. We say the baby's teeth are coming in. Why in? They're coming out of their head. I don't know, but that's what we say. The baby's teeth are coming in. We use this phrasal verb when the baby is teething. We don't say the teeth are coming out, we say the teeth are coming in. Let's hear some examples of the verb teethe.
Is she teething?
Teething?
Hey, maybe we need to try something else, with Fred teething.
Tyler is teething, poor thing, and it's terrible, because he's not sleeping, I'm not sleeping.
Do you remember when he was teething?
When my sister-in-law's baby was teething, she would let him teeth on her pinky and it'd leave a bruise.
So example, the baby is teething. Or I can say the baby's teeth are coming in. Let's practice. Is the baby teething? That's right, the baby is teething. Are the baby's teeth coming in? That's right, the baby's teeth are coming in. Let's hear some examples with the phrasal verb come in referring to teeth.
I told you 1,000,000 times, my teeth are coming in.
Oh, that's just her teeth coming in.
In my day, when your big boy teeth came in, your hockey coach would pull them, so you wouldn't miss a shift.
Now, this child is 2 years old. Most of his teeth have already come in, but the back ones, called the molars, are coming in now. When a child is 2 years old, their molars come in, and they're teething. We use the same verb. And a 2-year-old can be called a toddler. A toddler is a child from 2 to 4 years old, approximately. So when toddlers are teething, their molars are coming in. Let's practice. When toddlers are teething, are their molars coming in? That's right. When toddlers are teething, their molars are coming in. That's their back teeth. And these teeth are called wisdom teeth. And they don't come in until you're 17, 18, 19 years old. When you're a teenager, your wisdom teeth come in. Again, we use the phrasal verb come in. When you're a teenager, your wisdom teeth come in. And why do we call them wisdom teeth? Wisdom is the noun and wise is the adjective. The old man is very wise. You need to respect his wisdom. That's where the word comes from. So they're called wisdom teeth. So he's a teenager, and his wisdom teeth are coming in. But we don't say he's teething. Teething is for kids, not for 18-year-olds, not for teenagers. We say their wisdom teeth are coming in. Let's practice. He's a teenager. Are his wisdom teeth coming in? That's right, his wisdom teeth are coming in. So remember the difference. The noun is teeth. These are my teeth. And the verb is teethe. Babies teethe. And that's what we say when their teeth are coming in. Remember, use come in to talk about teeth coming into your mouth or out of your head. However you look at it, we use the phrasal verb come in when talking about teeth in this situation. Keep watching to practice with more confusing phrasal verbs. First, let's talk about these two words. Fog and foggy. Fog is a noun. This is fog. And foggy is an adjective. I can say it's foggy. It is together it's. It's foggy outside. Now let's talk about the phrasal verb. Fog up. Link the sounds. Fog up. Fog up. It's a phrasal verb, so you stress both words. Fog up. Not fog up, but fog up. And what does it mean? Her glasses fog up when she wears a mask. Again, her glasses fog up when she wears a mask. She breathes and the breath fogs up her glasses. Again, her breath fogs up her glasses. So I can say her glasses fog up. Or I can use the adjective fogged up with the verb get. Her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask. Pronunciation is important. Get fogged up. We have to use the aw sound like call and ball, fog, fogged. We have to use the voiced g sound, fog, plus the voiced d sound, fogged up. Link the sounds. Her glasses get fogged up, fogged up. Be careful, because if you mispronounce this, it can be a bad word. Again, not pho, but fa. Fogged up. And don't make the k-t sound. Ukt, ukt. That's a bad word. We have to use the open vowel aw and the voice g and d. Fogged up. To help with pronunciation, link the d sound to the second word up, so you have dup. Together, fogged up. Her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask. Let's practice. Do her glasses fog up when she wears a mask? That's right, her glasses fog up when she wears a mask. Does her breath fog up her glasses? That's right, her breath fogs up her glasses. Do her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask? That's right, her glasses get fogged up when she wears a mask. Another example. The windows fog up when it's cold outside. Or I can say the windows get fogged up when it's cold outside. Let's practice. Do the windows fog up when it's cold outside? That's right, the windows fog up when it's cold outside. Do the windows get fogged up when it's cold outside? That's right, the windows get fogged up when it's cold outside. So now we know the difference. We have fog, the noun. We have foggy, the adjective. It's foggy outside. And we have the phrasal verb fog up and the adjective form fogged up, using the verb get fogged up. So keep watching to learn more great phrasal verbs. Today we're talking about this word, pile. Sometimes it's used as a noun. It can also be used as a verb. It can also be changed into a phrasal verb. And it can be used as an adjective. Let's look at all the different cases. First, let's talk about the noun, a pile. A pile of. It's countable. We need the article a pile of, plus the preposition of. A pile of. This is a pile of clothes. It's like a little mountain. A pile of clothes. Again, this is a pile of clothes. Pronunciation, not pile, but pile. Use the dark L at the end. It changes the vowel. Pile. Pile. This is a pile of clothes. Let's hear some examples.
It's not like there's much difference between you and this pile of dirt right now.
The rest of the world can't even see you under that pile of work you took on to help Harvey.
And the first brother says, with a pile of manure like this, I figure there's got to be a horse under here somewhere.
Someone had put your box of dresses underneath a pile of rags in the garage.
Every day I load a pile of junk. I walk 20 miles. I unload a pile of junk. And you just stand around like some idiot taking pictures of me.
But the press wanted Nancy to be a princess and me to be the pile of crap.
Example, there's a pile of clothes on the floor. Let's practice. Is there a pile of clothes on the floor? That's right, there's a pile of clothes on the floor. Another example, there's a pile of dishes in the sink. Let's practice. Is there a pile of dishes in the sink? That's right, there's a pile of dishes in the sink. Not good. Because the noun pile is countable, I can make it plural and say piles. Piles of gold, for example. Here are 4 piles of gold. You can have piles and piles. Piles of gold, or piles of anything. Let's hear some examples.
You can't just hand the banks massive piles of cash. I saw it rolling past the little piles of meat and bones, which I would call my friends.
Piles and piles of magazines, and you read all the time, right?
Do you know how many years I spent watching these morons win piles of money sitting on their stoop?
Accusing their neighbors of stuff, lying all the time, random piles of money around the house.
I really had to dig among the piles of destruction to come up with one that had even that, slightest hint of recognition.
Single geriatric male with piles of money and a terminal illness.
Example, there are 4 piles of gold and jewels, but we'll focus on the gold. There are 4 piles of gold. Let's practice. How many piles of gold are there? That's right, there are 4 piles of gold. And the word pile can also be used as a verb. If you make a pile, you pile. Example, my son piles his clothes on the floor. The idea, he makes a pile of clothes on the floor. So I can use the verb pile. I pile, you pile, he piles. He piles his clothes on the floor. He doesn't put his clothes in the basket, he just piles the clothes on the floor. Let's hear some examples with the verb pile.
What do you do now? Pile the furniture on me?
And they have these tables for 4, which means the 3 of us can sit down and we pile the extra chair with our hats and gloves. Nobody can sit with us.
Had to pile them on trucks and lash them against the tanks.
Piled the whole car full of everything.
Let's practice. Does he pile the clothes on the floor? That's right, he just piles the clothes on the floor. He makes a mess. It's not good. Now let's talk about the phrasal verb. The phrasal verb is pile up. Pronounce it like one word. Don't say pile up, say pile up. That's the phrasal verb. It means when things accumulate into a large amount or into a pile. Either way, we use the phrasal verb pile up. Example, the dishes are piling up in the sink. And you shouldn't let the dishes pile up in the sink. It's not a good thing. Let's hear some examples with the phrasal verb pile up.
I let the dishes pile up, and I did the same thing with the laundry.
I don't want all the debt to pile up and crush us.
Debt started to pile up, and I started taking pills to numb the pain.
In the name of science, I let the crap pile up, and I see which team member is the most self-flagellating, breaks down.
Threw it out. It's easy for newspapers to pile up and just things get out of hand.
Example, the dishes are piling up in the sink. I use the continuous action piling because it's happening right now. The dishes are piling up in the sink. And you shouldn't let the dishes pile up in the sink. It's not a good thing. Let's practice. Are the dishes piling up in the sink? That's right, the dishes are piling up in the sink. Should you let the dishes pile up in the sink like this? That's right, you shouldn't let the dishes pile up in the sink. It's not good. It's a mess. Another example, you shouldn't let the clothes pile up on the floor. That's not good. Let's practice. Should you let the clothes pile up on the floor like this? That's right, you shouldn't let the clothes pile up. You should wash them. You shouldn't let them accumulate into a pile. You shouldn't let them pile up. Now let's change the phrasal verb pile up into an adjective, piled up. We have the d sound for the ed. Link the sounds, piled up. Pronounce it like one word, not piled up, but piled up. Connect the d with the next word, dup, piled up. Pronounce it like one word. It's easier that way. Piled up is an adjective, so I can use the verb to be and say are. The dishes are piled up in the sink. Or if I talk about the clothes, I can say the clothes are piled up on the floor. Or I can use the adjective without the verb to be and say, I don't like the clothes piled up on the floor. Or I don't like the dishes piled up in the sink. Here we don't need the verb to be. Again, I don't like the dishes piled up in the sink, and I don't like the clothes piled up on the floor. Let's hear some examples with the adjective piled up.
What gives you the damn right to keep our cigarettes piled
stuff on your desk and to squeeze out a pack only when you feel like it, huh?
Orders have piled up and I don't know where they go.
And there were a ton of bodies piled up on one another.
Dirty dishes piled up all over the sink.
So let's talk about the difference. I can say I don't like when the clothes are piled up on the floor. With this structure, we need the verb to be. I don't like when the clothes are piled up on the floor. But we don't need to make the sentence so long. We make it shorter. I don't like the clothes piled up on the floor. Here, we don't need the verb to be. It's shorter. It's easier to say. And it's correct. So example, the dishes are piled up in the sink. And I don't like the dishes piled up in the sink. I don't like it at all. Let's practice. Are the dishes piled up in the sink? That's right, the dishes are piled up in the sink. Do you like the dishes piled up in the sink? That's right, I don't like the dishes piled up in the sink. It's not good. It's a huge mess. Another example, the clothes are piled up on the floor. And I don't like the clothes piled up on the floor. They need to be washed. Let's practice. Are the clothes piled up on the floor? That's right, the clothes are piled up on the floor. Do you like the clothes piled up on the floor? That's right, I don't like the clothes piled up on the floor. It's a huge mess. Now let's talk about this pileup. This pileup is not a phrasal verb. It's a countable noun. So we use the article a pileup. So what is a pileup? A pileup is a large car accident with multiple cars. You need to have more than two. 2 cars, that's not a pileup. You need 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. You need a lot of cars. You need a lot of cars to call it a pileup. Example, there was a 4-car pileup on the highway. That means there was an accident with 4 cars all together on the highway. That's called a pileup. A big accident with multiple cars. Again, there was a 4-car pileup on the highway. The traffic was horrible. Example, there was a 4-car pileup on the highway today. That means there was a large accident with 4 cars. That's a 4-car pileup. Remember, we don't say a 4 cars pileup because the word car here is an adjective before a noun. We have to use it in the singular form. We cannot put an S on it. We cannot make it plural. There was a 4-car pileup on the highway today. Let's practice. Was there a 4-car pileup on the highway today? That's right, there was a 4-car pileup on the highway today. The traffic was horrible. So remember, the word pile can be a countable noun, a pile or 2 piles. It can be a verb. Don't pile your clothes in a closet. And it can be a phrasal verb, pile up. The dishes pile up in the sink if you don't wash them. And we have the adjective piled up. The dishes are piled up in the sink. Or you can say, I don't like the dishes piled up in the sink. It's not good. And you can also have a pileup, a big accident with a lot of cars. That's a pileup. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.